winning the game, and so that's good for the belief in his team that they can deal with it.
The last period the game was a little bit a tennis game, like we said sometimes, but at the end we control it, we defend really well. We knew that we had to defend our goal with everything, and we did it. Even in the last 4 corners that they had, we felt that we're not going to concede today.
We were off our usual standards, and we've been improving. And we were not our usual selves in the first half. Didn't look like an Everton team to me in a few things, but the basics of the aggression in our game. And it was a game that I felt we would be really competitive, and we weren't. We were slightly off, and we made mistakes on the ball. And against a team with a big counter-attacking threat, if you're going to make clear mistakes in good possession, when you're trying to open up slightly or trying to look to play and you make clear mistakes, teams like Manchester United can punish you.
700th goal of his club career. I mean, will anybody ever achieve numbers like that?
Difficult to say, but it's clear it's a massive performance from a player. So congratulations, Cristiano, with it, and happy for him. It's also his first goal this season in the Premier League. So yeah, and it will help him to score more goals in the coming weeks.
Ronaldo may claim the headlines, but Manchester United's midfield has been an issue for a few years now, and maybe this evening we saw the answer going forward.
Yeah, well, the only surprise is that he hasn't started sooner, Casemiro. He was outstanding. He's been a phenomenal player for many years, but he actually made a mistake early in the game here. He doesn't really want that ball back from Anthony. And it is away at Everton, first start in the Premier League for him, so it's understandable. And they score a great goal. But what do great players do? They just they react. They grow into the game. They believe in their own ability. And we saw every aspect of his qualities tonight. You know, this nicking the ball back was the good defensive display. Also getting himself in areas we might not have seen him so often. This example particularly. You know, good ball out left and then finding himself drifting into the box because Eriksen sat there. When he was at Madrid, he didn't do this very often because he was obviously playing with Toni Kroos and Modric, so he used to sit in there. And again, watch, tries to play round the corner, gives it away, doesn't panic. What does he do? He doesn't just nick it back with a nice calm bit of defending. He plays a super pass through to Ronaldo, who ends up scoring with his only chance to get what eventually was the winner. And in the second half, bits like this, you know, the strength, the tenacity, the know-how, if you like, and the wisdom he has, makes such a difference. He used his quality. He never looks flustered. And he's got that great ability that you need in central defensive midfield, spot danger.
He just appears calm. I mean, his stats.
These are great stats.
Yeah, he just appears calm and always in the right place.
Yeah, but you know what he does with that calmness as well? He mixes it with the tenacity and a toughness without letting it become too much and detrimental to his game. He's one of those players that you can tell has been there and done it.
Yeah,
and he settles everyone around him.
I think he's happy to make mistakes, trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
He'll accept it if he makes a mistake, if he's trying to do the right thing, but then he'll get it back in and do the right thing. Very, very good player.
Speaking of being there and done it, that's 700 club goals for Ronaldo now. Honestly, 20 years and 2 days after he scored his first club goals for Sporting Lisbon. That was probably his best performance of the season.
It was because of him changing the game when he came on. He looked lively. He worked hard. He was forcing Everton into mistakes at the back as well, just through running around and just showing a bit of energy. And his quality that Dan's just shown with the goal was just amazing. That's never in doubt, but I think his attitude towards the team and the game and the club has been good when he's come on the pitch.
I think the mentality of the man to keep himself in great physical nick, to have, you know, the whereabouts. You saw him when he was called. He was quick to get ready. Yeah. He was on. He wanted to come on and score goals and make a difference. Credit to him. To be honest, he must be fuming, sat there watching. You know, it's Martial's been picked ahead of him. Rashford's been picked ahead of him, and he scored, God knows what, 24, 26 goals last season, whatever it was. So I can understand his frustration. I really can. And it will be interesting to see if he's still there at the end of January.
Frank Lampard said, well, to sort of paraphrase him, Everton were their own worst enemies, weren't they?
Yeah, you know what? I like Everton when they get it right. So a lot of the time, they do this though. They seem to just switch off and just be a little bit sloppy in the middle of the park. When you're playing against a team like Man United that have pace and they have good finishes as well, it is going to bite you in the backside more often than not. But they did it time and time again. There's 4 players there. Nobody's talking. They give it away again. And then they start to panic, because they're in on the back four lots of time. What I was told as a young boy, pass the ball on, pass the time on. That means that if you pass the ball quickly, your teammates got a bit more time. And Pickford there decides to try and pick a pass out. It's not the way. I mean, Danny's shown this one about Casemiro, squeezing, but Everton, as soon as the ball leaves the ground, you are in trouble. There's plenty of time to play a pass, trying to go through the middle again. They on the odd occasion, they don't have an option to play out because the team have squeezed them. But there's plenty of times there that I've shown you when they can pick a pass nice and easy, and they've been sloppy.
Right. Fulham had never won at West Ham in the Premier League in 11 attempts, but they went in